Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. I know this is kind of a different Monday meeting than what we're used to, but since the internet is giving us some trouble, this is how we're going to do this today. So today is October 12th, and our agenda is pretty similar to what we are used to, but we do have a couple of new things to add in today. So let's keep going. So we have a birthday this week. This week is Judah's birthday on Thursday. Happy birthday, Judah. And Judah, we've got a birthday song for you. So happy birthday, Judah. We hope you have a fantastic birthday this week. And normally, if you have a question, you can type it into the chat. But since we are not doing this live, we don't have a chat. So if you have questions that I don't answer, please email them to me. So let's review our kind of regular Zoom expectations. As always, keep your microphone on mute when you're not talking. Use the raise hand button, raise your real life hand, or use the chat box if you want to speak or if you have something to share. Do your best to be on time since our lessons are only about 20 minutes long. If you are even just a couple of minutes late, it can really throw off the rest of your lesson. So try to be on time if you can. Stay focused on whoever is talking. So that means if I'm talking, you're focused on me. If Miss Sally is talking, you're focused on Miss Sally. If your classmates are talking, you're focused on them. Find a place where you will not be distracted and make sure everyone is participating. We also have some new Zoom rules. So this past week, not in our class, but in another class, there was an incident where a guest during a lesson would not follow the rules and inappropriate things were said in the chat. Luckily, that chat only goes to the teacher, so nothing was seen by students. But because of this, we are adding some new rules just kind of for safety, for everyone's safety. So I have that whole letter that was sent out, and we'll read through that, and then I'll kind of give you the kind of the bullet points of it, kind of the gist of it. So like I said, this past week there was an incident where a guest in another class call would not follow the rules and inappropriate things were said in the chat. Therefore, we've created some new Zoom rules. These are in addition to our normal expectations. These rules will be strictly enforced by Miss Sally, by Mrs. Varela during read aloud, since she watches my chat while I read for her class, and by me, and there will be consequences for students who do not follow these rules. So our first rule is that when you enter the Zoom meeting, your display name needs to be your first and last name or your first name and last initial. I understand that some accounts belong to a family or to a sibling and defaults to a different name. So for example, Vance family, or maybe my account would default to Nathan Vance instead of my name if it doesn't belong to me, if it belongs to Sergeant Vance. And that's fine. Just once you get in, please change your display name to your name. Second big rule, cameras need to be turned on at the very least when you are entering the meeting and until attendance is taken. So once I take attendance, you are welcome to turn your camera back off if you're more comfortable that way. But when you enter the meeting, your camera must be on. If there's a reason why you can't turn your camera on, camera's broken, something like that, let me know as soon as possible. Because if your camera is not turned on when you enter the classroom, you'll be given a warning. And if the camera is still not turned on, you'll be put into the waiting room and you will not be allowed back into the meeting for that day and that time. So if you are coming into your language arts lesson and your camera's not on and you've been given that warning, I'll stick you back into the waiting room and you won't be able to join us for your language arts lesson that day. So make sure that if you have any concerns about cameras that you talk to me ASAP. Also, our kind of last big thing is that all messages in the chat will continue to only come to me or to the meeting host. So if Miss Sally is the meeting host, they'll go to her. During Read Aloud, the chat is monitored by Mrs. Varela since I'm reading for her class. Any inappropriate comments that are made in the chat will be reported to administration. And please make sure that you are utilizing the chat or the raising your hand feature if you would like to share. And kind of my way to think about it with the chat is before you type it into the chat, think about if you would say it at my table in the classroom. If the answer is no, then don't type it. So that means that before you type something into the chat, think in your brain, if you were sitting at my table in front of me in the classroom, is it something that you would say during class? Is that something that you would want to shout out in class? And if the answer is no, then don't say it. If these rules are not followed, students will be returned to the waiting room and will not be allowed back into their meeting for that day or time. And there may be an additional assignment issued. So if it's a constant thing, you'll get an additional assignment. This assignment will be a paragraph explaining why you weren't in class, what rule was not followed, and why you chose not to follow that rule. And the assignment will be due by the end of the day to receive your attendance credit for that lesson. Please understand that these rules are for safety purposes. It's not just me being a mean teacher. It's because I want to keep you all safe. Because your safety as my students is my top priority. Obviously my job is to teach you the things that you need to know for next year and for the rest of your life. But your safety is also a very, very huge priority for me. So please make sure that parents and families, y'all are having a conversation with your kiddos about appropriate chat behavior, appropriate use of your camera, these new Zoom expectations, and how to report an issue that you might see, either to you as the families or to the meeting host, so the teacher or the ACE if you see one. I also highly recommend creating a Zoom account rather than just clicking on the link and joining that way. I highly recommend creating an account either for each child or for your family. Because this helps to really ensure safety. And I understand that this will take a little bit of time to get used to, so I'm giving kind of a 1-week grace period, so you'll get more reminders this week than normal, but next week it'll be the one reminder and then I have to remove you from the meetings. So I really appreciate y'all's attention to this matter, and I appreciate that together we can keep all of our kiddos safe and ensure a safe learning environment. So the kind of gist of that is your camera has to be on when you enter the classroom. It needs to stay on until attendance is taken. Your display name must be your name, your first and last name, or your first name and your last initial. Think before you type. This week is your grace period and there are consequences if you do not follow these rules. If you have any questions about these rules, please send me an email, because I know that this is different. I know that this is new, so please let me know if you have questions. And some reminders from me. Great work last week. I'm super proud of everybody for your hard work. You're all doing amazing. Make sure that you're checking Canvas often for grades and feedback on your assignments. Contact me or Miss Sally if you need extra help with anything. We are here. We're happy to help. If you want to retake a test or a quiz, please use the Google form that is posted to Canvas. With your personal narrative notebook on Google Slides, I need everybody, and I have this on Canvas. I know you can't see it right now because you can't get to Canvas, but once we're able to get back into Canvas, I need everybody to check in week 5, and I need you to find your personal narrative notebook assignment from week 5. And if you see that there is a 0 or it has not been graded, I need you to check the comments, check the feedback. If it hasn't been graded or it is listed as a 0, it means that you did not make that file accessible to me. It means that you need to go in and you need to change your sharing settings. You need to change it to anyone with link can view. Because currently it means that I can't see it, and if I can't see it, I can't grade any of your writing assignments, and you will get 0s for all of them until I can see it. So if you have questions about that, please let me know, but please check week 5, the personal narrative notebook assignment, the original one where you submitted the link. And if it is not yet graded or it has a 0, please check the comments. Also, please make sure that you are staying focused during class and participating. I've seen a lot of students starting to get distracted by outside things like televisions, phones, pets, siblings, things like that. Please keep TVs off, keep phones and other devices kind of out of your space. Try to stay in a space that is going to be a smart learning environment. It's somewhere that's you're not going to get as distracted. And make sure that you are participating. So that means either raising your hand and sharing answers, using the chat. If I ask for, type your answer into the chat, I do expect everybody to type an answer into the chat. So please make sure you're participating. And also, kind of with this whole Canvas issue going on, I have noticed that Canvas does, if and when Canvas goes down, it's normally on a weekend or on a Sunday night. So please try not to wait until Sunday night if you can to turn in work. Just because this happens, things happen. I highly recommend actually turning things in as they get completed. So in that way you don't have, a stack of things to turn in on Sunday night. So, I would try to, if you can, and I know that everyone's situation is different, but I would try to turn things in kind of at the end of each day or every couple of days. So it's not one big thing to turn in on Sunday. Announcements. Remember that incomplete sentences and one-word answers will not get full credit. You can redo them to get that full credit, but you will not receive full credit if you turn in things with incomplete sentences and one-word answers. The virtual STEAM Fall Festival is coming up. More information will be sent out about that. And I really hope that you all attend or that you all participate. It was super fun to plan it, so I really hope that you all are participating in that. Yearbook ordering has started, so please make sure you see Miss Morgan's email about that. As a reminder, iReady Math and iReady Reading, you must complete at least 45 minutes of activity on each of those, not total, on each. So 45 minutes of math, 45 minutes of reading. Anything less than 45 minutes will not get full credit. And unfortunately with iReady, that is an assignment you cannot make up time for it. My reports are run from the Monday of the week to Sunday. So for this week, my report will start today and will end on Sunday at 11:59. And anything that's done within that time period is what I count for this week. Kind of with that, with ST Math, you must complete at least 90 minutes. So it doesn't need to be all at once. It can be a couple minutes here and there. It can be, 10 minutes a day, however you want to do it. But you must complete at least 90 minutes. The only exception to this is if you've completed 60 puzzles for the week. If you've completed 60 puzzles, then you don't need to complete the 90 minutes. But try to shoot for at least 90 minutes per week. And y'all have a lot of tests this week. I am very sorry about that. I did not plan it that way. 5th and 6th graders, you each have a social studies test. We have our first big unit test for vocab. 5th graders, we have an end of module test coming up. So I tried to cut down some of the workload this week, so there is no social studies assignment. You just have your tests. You can use your notes. Just do your best. I normally would not assign this many tests at once. It just happened to work out that way. So in the future, I will not be assigning this many tests in 1 week. So I apologize for that. So just do your best. Y'all are going to do great. And also the novel study survey. We want your input on what book to do next. So I have a list of books. The survey is posted on Canvas and was sent out in an email. Or it should have been sent out in the email. It's linked to your agenda. So please take that survey. That survey will close on Sunday at 11:59. So if you don't take it before then, you can't take it after that because we need that time to plan. So please, please, please take that survey. You'll read through kind of the summaries of each book or like the book jacket summaries. So the kind of intro that's on the back of books. You'll read through those and choose your top 2 choices. And that'll help us to choose what our next book is going to be because we're almost to the end of Island of the Blue Dolphins. As a reminder, Miss Sally's Kindness Corner is on Wednesdays. If you want more information about that, please send her an email. I know that I don't think there was anybody that came last week, and it's a really great idea. So I'd really love for y'all to come out and support her and kind of be a part of that group. So if you want more information, please reach out to Miss Sally. Normally I would ask for questions right now, but I can't. So if you have any questions, please send me an email or a text. And I wish that I could hear what is up with all of y'all. So if you want to share something with me, please send me an email or send me a text and let me know. I would love to hear from you guys, even if I can't physically hear from you. So if you have something you still want to share, please send it to me in an email. And yeah, that is all that I have for you this morning. I hope you all have a fantastic day. I'll have your lessons recorded and sent out shortly. They'll probably go out with this video as well. But if you have any questions during today or during the next couple of days, please let me know. Also, before I forget, tomorrow and then every other Tuesday following that will be fully recorded. So tomorrow we will not have any live lessons. The following Tuesday we will, but the Tuesday after that we will not. That's kind of a day for the teachers to get caught up on different things that we normally can't do because we're teaching during the day. So tomorrow we will have recorded lessons as well, but Miss Sally and I are still going to be available. So I'll send out a little bit more information about that tomorrow morning. All right, y'all, have a fantastic day, and hopefully I'll get to see you this week.